What if the Dragon Ball Super anime is not coming back in 2029 or 2030, it is actually coming back way sooner than anyone ever calculated, and the reason behind it completely changes how we thought the whole return of Dragon Ball was going to happen. Because right now, there are leaks and reports circulating that suggest Toei Animation has quietly made one of the most significant decisions in Dragon Ball history, and most fans have no idea what it truly means. So let us break this down properly, because once you understand the full picture, it becomes genuinely exciting. For months, the conversation around the Dragon Ball Super anime remake centered on the assumption that it would cover all the major story arcs, including the Battle of God saga, and then continue all the way through the Golden Frieza arc, the Universe 6 Kampa arc, the Goku Black arc, and eventually the legendary Tournament of Power. That was the expectation. That was the roadmap everyone had drawn in their heads. But according to recent leaks and industry rumors, that roadmap has been completely redrawn. The remake will reportedly only cover the first 3 arcs up to the Kampa saga in approximately 20 episodes. And then Toei Animation has already begun shifting its best animators toward the production of an entirely different project, which is the Moro Arc, also known as the Galactic Patrol Prisoner Saga. And that one decision changes absolutely everything. Think about what this actually means. Toei is skipping the Goku Black Arc and the Tournament of Power within the remake entirely, and is instead fast-tracking the brand new material that has never been animated before. The Moro Saga is the saga that has never been seen on television. It is the story that manga readers experienced, but anime fans never got to witness in motion and in full animation, and it is apparently the priority right now. So let us do the math, because the timeline becomes very interesting when you actually map it out. If the remake begins airing in autumn of 2026, which is around October, with approximately 20 episodes running on a weekly schedule, then the remake would conclude somewhere around March of 2027. After that, Toei would likely enter a hiatus period to allow production on the Moro Arc to reach a polished and ready state, because Toei's strategy has changed. They are no longer about indefinite weekly broadcasting the way old Dragon Ball Z was. They are now operating in structured seasonal blocks, the way modern prestige anime works, similar to what has recently happened with One Piece. That means quality is being protected and controlled. That hiatus of roughly 7 to 8 months after the remake ends would bring us right back to autumn of 2027, and that is exactly where the Moro Arc could slot in perfectly. 2 full seasons of 24 episodes, each under the seasonal format that Toei is currently operating in. If this plays out the way these reports suggest, then instead of waiting until 2029 or 2030, we could be seeing the Galactic Patrol arc as early as late 2027. Now here is where it gets even more exciting, because this is not just about timing. The people working on this project are reportedly some of the most talented animators Toei has right now. Unlike Dragon Ball Super in 2015, which due to production pressure had to bring in less experienced animators and resulted in some of those painful early animation moments that fans still talk about today, the budget this time has reportedly been significantly increased, and the team is being built around experienced and highly skilled personnel. And on top of that, there are rumors that Naohiro Shintani could be leading the visual direction of the Moro Saga. For anyone who does not know, Shintani is not just any animator. He is the artist who was personally selected by Akira Toriyama himself through a competitive process where multiple artists submitted character designs, and Toriyama evaluated each one and chose Shintani's work because he saw in it a genuine fidelity to the original essence of Dragon Ball. That is not a small detail. That is the creator of Dragon Ball personally endorsing this man's visual language. And if you have seen Shintani's work on Broly or any of his more recent Dragon Ball illustrations, you already know what his evolved style looks like. Clean, powerful, fluid, dynamic, and deeply rooted in that classic Toriyama feeling, but with a modern energy that genuinely elevates it. His line work, his sense of movement, and his ability to capture emotion and strength in a single pose make him the kind of artist that Dragon Ball deserves for its big return. There is also the detail that Toei is reportedly using artificial intelligence tools within the production pipeline, though not for animating fight scenes or generating dialogue, but as support tools within the broader production process, which is a sign of how seriously they are approaching the logistics of delivering a high-quality product consistently. And perhaps the question that everyone is sitting with right now is simple. What about Goku Black in the Tournament of Power? Will they ever come back? Will Toei eventually circle back and animate those sagas after the Moro Arc concludes? It is possible. But the honest answer is that right now the priority is clear. New story first. The thing that can actually put Dragon Ball back at the center of the global conversation is the Moro Arc, because it is unseen, it is powerful, and it gives the franchise a reason to be talked about beyond nostalgia. Goku Black in the Tournament of Power may return eventually, perhaps under a different format or approach, but the runway is pointing directly toward the Galactic Patrol, and everything behind the scenes suggests production is already well underway. If you were a Dragon Ball fan who thought you were going to be waiting until the end of the decade to see this anime come back, then consider this your reminder that things are moving faster than anyone expected, and the era of the Moro Arc might be closer than you think. Subscribe for more.